Um, I wanted to make a video about premonitions and visions and how I've experienced both premonitions and visions, and also how they're different. So I have notes because this is a big topic. I tried to film this video once already, and my thoughts were too all over the place not to have something written down. So first off, premonitions are something that will happen and is going to happen. Visions are messages, and they can also be things that will happen. I view visions more of something that happen frequently, and premonitions are rarer. So for me, I've only had 3 premonitions in my whole life. My first was a premonition of my dad dying 2 weeks before he died when I was 17. In my premonition, I had a dream that my sister called me and was telling me that our dad died. And I woke up from that dream and I called my dad and I said, "You need to go to the hospital, you need to go to the doctor, like I had this dream." He told me not to worry, that he was fine. My dad was a really sick man, so it's not that his death was surprising. It's not that his death, came as a huge, hit out of nowhere. We all knew that he was really sick. But to have that dream and then have it play out 2 weeks later exactly how it happened in my dream, that was a little shocking. And then the next 2 premonitions were of my children. My first, I had a premonition that I was pregnant with my son, and that came to pass shortly after. And the next premonition was of my daughter already being here, and shortly after that premonition, I found out I was pregnant. Now I want to talk about visions, because I feel like visions are much more easily attainable. They're much more straightforward than premonitions. You can kind of hone your skills to receive visions, and you can do that through meditation or scrying. I have never personally had luck with direct question visions, and that would be something like asking spirits and energy to send you a vision. You ask them, am I going to get the job? Am I going to get the promotion? And then you receive a vision and a message saying, yes, you will, and it will be like this, or advice on how to achieve that goal. But I've never personally had luck doing that. I know some witches have. If you have had luck with direct question visions, I'd love to know. I'd also love to know your techniques. But so visions happen much more frequently than premonitions do. And some visions that I've had have come through dreams. Some visions that I've had come through meditation. And some just have spontaneously come about. It's that, it's kind of like that foresight. Some people have amazing foresight. They walk into a room and they know, oh, I shouldn't be in this room because I have a feeling there's going to be a fire. That's kind of like what a vision is to me. You just kind of get these feelings, and it can also be advice. I had a vision of my dad in a dream shortly after I had my daughter, of him telling me that I'm strong and I'm capable and my daughter is beautiful and that everything was going to be okay, because I had experienced some really bad postpartum depression after I had my daughter. So that's kind of the difference between premonitions and visions, and that's like my experience with the two. You know, there are ways that you can enhance your ability to receive visions. I haven't found that with premonitions. Premonitions, you know, like I said, I only had 3 in my whole life, and they were something that came about very spontaneously, and they were super specific. My visions can be more vague, and I don't know if everyone's like that, but I'm like that. My visions are more vague. But there's definitely a distinct difference between the two, you know, and it's more, visions are more than just that gut feeling. It's more than just that intuition, you know, because you can receive a vision through a picture, feeling, hearing, meditation. You can receive visions in many different ways. Yeah, and I think that new witches especially can become very discouraged when they first start out and they first start scrying and meditating and trying to receive visions. I can hear my daughter knocking on her bedroom door. She probably just woke up from a nap, so I gotta wrap this up. But don't be discouraged if you can't bring forth premonitions and visions, because a lot of the time it is spontaneous, and especially with premonitions, they're not something that you can just will. They're not something that you can just have. Many people do have frequent premonitions, you know, they're more psychically in tuned with that energy to receive premonitions more frequently. But don't be discouraged if you can't do that. Don't be discouraged if, you know, you have a hard time receiving visions and premonitions, because with practice, receiving visions will become easier, and premonitions in general are just so unpredictable. All right, friends, that was my video, and thank you so much for watching. If you like it, please like and share. Maybe subscribe if you want to. This is going on Facebook, so please like my page. It's White Mountain Witchery, and I'll see you in the next one. Blessed be.